50 tabs on his Chrome browser, and he's just like...
An articulating figure, you're a child. I'm not a child, I'm a grown man. As 6 trophies grows in prestige every week, more and more powerful.
Can it grow even more?
And more
it's almost
prestigious.
like at 100. It's almost maxed out. But that's why he's got to flush it out like a big booty poop.
Like a big booty poop.
He's got to get completely flushed. I would go 5-1 with the Haley Joe on the middle finger because fuck you, I'm back.
Yeah, that's that's better. Jason.
Yes.
Jason, we're going to talk a bunch about basketball today. Of course, obviously, we are the award-winning best basketball podcast, best sports podcast, best overall podcast, as voted by the American public. That's us.
That's right. Say much more.
So we're going to get to that.
Keep going.
We're going to get to that, right?
Okay.
But I wanted to ask you about the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, which came out in July of this.
I'm aware
this
of it.
past.
Aware of the film.
How did you feel about it? This is very timely.
How did I feel about it? I thought that it was a joke writing masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Story-wise, it was fun. It was fine. Whatever.
Right.
But in terms of like high-level fan service and like and crafting jokes, the movie is it's all made out of jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a masterpiece in that regard. Like the jokes are legitimately really, really funny. And they come at you like a mile a minute, and they're really specifically calibrated so that like you're like right-wing people could be like, ha ha, they're poking fun at the woke people. Left-leaning people could be like, ha ha, they're poking fun at right-wing people, and it's unclear like who the butt of the joke is. That's a really good joke, and they're all like that.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. What did you think of it?
I really enjoyed it when I went and saw it in the theater. I enjoyed it so much I saw it twice in the theater. I went one time. It was just me and one of my sons because the others were out of town. And I said, "Hey, let's go see Deadpool and Wolverine just came out." He said, "Cool," and we went and we had a great time. It was lovely. So when Laramie and my other sons came home, I was like, "Hey, y'all want to go see this movie?" Yeah, we went and we saw it again. It was great. I enjoyed it so much that when I got home from watching it the second time. And I was like, that was still fun. I knew all the jokes that were going to happen. I knew all the bits, and I still enjoyed myself. So then I went on the internet and I Googled Deadpool and Wolverine collectibles, and I found a Deadpool and Wolverine statue made by Iron Studios. And it was like $300.
Where is it?
And I said, yes, I want that. And I bought it real fast without looking at it. And then after I bought it and paid for it, I saw, it doesn't come out for several months. That sucks.
Yeah, they got to make...
I wanted it like that next day. I wanted it.
I got it.
Right. So then I had intended on canceling the order because I'm not going to want this thing in like 3 months or 4 months or whatever it was. But I forgot about it. And then this past weekend, it just showed up. It was like, oh, by the way, here's that thing you ordered. And then I felt the high of the movie had worn off.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why did I buy this? What was I thinking? But then I watched it it's on Disney Plus. I said, let me rewatch it. Still good, still fun, and now I'm happy that I paid for this stupid thing.
Where's the statue?
Wait, you want to see it? Let me get it. I moved it out of the way.
Are you fucking kidding?
One second.
Are you
One
kidding
second.
me? Okay, yeah. Go get it. Sorry, Donna's barking. She's very excited. Don, stop.
Here's the look. Yeah. Here's the statue.
Yeah, let me see it.
Here it is.
Where is it?
Look at it. Look how nice that is.
I can barely see. Oh, okay. There we go.
Get it.
Nice. Is it articulated or is it just does that? 300. It just does that, right?
Articulated is for children. Okay. This is a statue. I don't want to play with it. If you buy an articulating figure, you're a child. I'm not a child. I'm a grown man. See that?
That's like what Michelangelo said.
Yeah.
When
does
when
the statue of David move his arms and legs?
Does David not move?
No, he doesn't, because he's not a child. I'm a man with a Deadpool and Wolverine statue.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's what I spent my money on, but I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy. I love Deadpool and Wolverine. That's the end of the conversation. We should start the show.
Very well. I don't have any statues to show. I love how you were gonna like we're on YouTube now. We're part of the YouTube gang. We've got a whole YouTube nation out here, and you've gotta be ready for the visuals for YouTube Nation.
Apologies
when you start talking about stuff.
Yeah, that's my bad. If you and I were Deadpool and Wolverine, are you Deadpool or are you Wolverine?
I think I'm probably Deadpool, but I'm not. I don't want to be.
Yeah, you're Deadpool. That's what I was thinking too. Only because I'm considerably more grumpy than you are.
Yeah. You're good. Well, you're raising.
I'm a grump.
You're raising a family.
Yeah, it's ruining me. It's ruining my vibe.
Yeah.
All right, let's start the show. You want to start the show?
Let's do it.
From Wondery, I'm Shea the Wolverine Serrano.
And I'm Jason Concepcion.
And this is 6 Trophies.
Hello! I'm Jason Concepcion, and welcome to 6 Trophies, a podcast series hosted by myself and Shea Serrano, in which we comb through all the NBA news for the past week and hand out 6 pop culture themed trophies for 6 basketball-related activities in this episode. The Atlanta Hawks. Watch out! The Washington Wizards go 0 for November. Mikal Bridges has answered the critics. All that and more. Let's hand out some trophies.
We do 2 sets of trophies, the big trophies and the little trophies. The big trophies are first. These ones are the same every week. First up, the Denzel Washington and Training Day trophy given out to whoever it is who had the best overall performance of the week. This week's winner, the Atlanta Hawks. What?
Hawks.
What? For winning their NBA Cup group that included the Red Hot Cavs, who opened the season by never losing a game, and the defending champion Boston Celtics, who look like still the best team in basketball. But the Hawks beat them. They win the cup, Jason, their group cup, whatever.
Well, they've clinched their group.
Yeah, there you go.
They were the first NBA team to clinch a group.
Sure.
And you're absolutely right. The Cavaliers, what are they? Cavaliers are, what's their record? 18-3, 16-2. Let's look at it right now. Hold on a second. One moment.
Now who's not ready?
Whatever their record is, they're out. Boston Celtics 3-1, coming in second behind the Hawks in their group. And the Atlanta Hawks, don't look now. But the Atlanta Hawks have not only clinched their group, but they're playing really good basketball. Trae Young,
good. They're kind of
quietly playing the best basketball of his career, baby. Leading the league in assists, racking up like 12, 13, 14, 15 assists every game. Look out. The Atlanta Hawks.
Look out. They're 11-11. Watch out now.
Yeah, but trending upwards.
They are trending upwards. 4-game winning streak as we record this. They have 25 or more assists and 14 consecutive games. Like they're passing the ball around and they're fun to watch. And Trae Young, Trae Young's having a great season. Zuri says possible MVP candidate, which is ridiculous.
I mean, that's a lot.
But that's one of the things he said.
I mean, I agree. Shea looks like he's going to be at least a difference maker size-wise. Dyson Daniels, the Great Barrier Thief. This guy.
A great nickname.
Like scoring ? But like he's defending everything. This guy.
Everything.
And then Jalen Johnson is good. And then you have Trae Young suddenly being like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna play unselfishly now. After everybody was like hanging on my ass saying, why don't you play off the ball? Why don't you play off the ball? Trae Young last night against the absolutely pathetic New Orleans Pelicans, the sad, depressed New Orleans Pelicans. Only 5 of 16, 31% from the field, right? 12 points. 15 assists, plus 20 in the game. 20. And he's been doing this. Where he's like not scoring the 20, 30 points a game, but he's getting the 12, 13 assists, and he's plus like 15, plus like 13. Trae Young, I'm proud of you. You're 11-11, but I'm happy to be watching this.
Are they one more piece away from being like, all right, they're going to get a little bit scary, or are you just never going to be worried about them?
I mean, I think that the piece is the pieces that they have, in that it's the continued evolution of Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, and Risha Shea that is going to be the thing that elevates this team. It's the continued like rehabilitation of DeAndre Hunter, who is like emerging and playing really well for them. I think it's going to be stuff like that. I think that they should let the good vibes like marinate a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't go chasing a guy right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Jalen Johnson especially has been. It's like it's starting to click into place, and I mean he's averaging over 20 points a game, almost 10 rebounds. He's averaging 20, 10, and 5 right now, and that's exciting. That's like all-star. That's exciting.
That's all-star numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where do you stand on the nickname, the Great Barrier Thief?
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I think it's one of the. I think we overdo, initials nicknames.
I hate
and
an
I love that
initial
he has
nickname.
like a classic nickname. It's great.
The only cool initial nickname we've ever had was C-Web. That was it. That's the only one.
C-Web was good.
He was, because it sounds like it sounds like, what is that? It doesn't sound like that's just the first initial and a last name. C-Web, like a web, like a spider web, like the ocean. Yeah. Holy shit, an ocean spider. Like your brain is able to like play around with it a bit. That was the only good initial nickname.
MJ? No? You didn't like MJ?
Oh, I was thinking, yeah, MJ. I mean, that doesn't count though. That's Michael Jordan. You know
that
what I mean?
Doesn't count. But the MJ is like the more, like his airness is like the formal. Like when you come to the throne room, you have to be like his air. But when you know him, it's like MJ.
Yeah.
That's my guy, MJ.
But I'm glad. I hope that we're getting back to this class of Nick. I want some more like Dr. Duncanstein. What a cool ass nickname. You know what I mean? The human highlight reel. Like I want nicknames like half man, half amazing. I want it. I want that. Give me that. Bring that back. Durantula. It never stuck.
Tarantula.
It never stuck.
The Slim Reaper.
But I liked it.
Remember that one?
I do.
He was like, I don't like the Slim Reaper because I'm very religious or something. But isn't death a part of life?
It is. It's the most important part, actually.
Not to bring up a nickname that you rejected like 11 years ago, but think about it. Think about bringing that one back.
Hey, what's his nickname on Halloween? The Great Scarier Reef. Is that anything?
Boo it. Siri, where's the boo button? Hit it. Hit it immediately. Yeah.
All right. I tried. Great Scarier Reef is good. You both can go to hell. Next trophy, Lauren Hill. Okay. You might win some, but you just lost one trophy. Give it out to whoever it is who had the worst overall performance of the week. This week's winner, the Washington Wizards, who closed out November with 0 wins. Last season,
14.
Last season we celebrated the Pistons for what we were calling the No-win-ber. Same thing here. We got it. 2 consecutive seasons. Every year of 6 trophies, no-win-bers. Who's going to do it next season?
Now, let me ask you a philosophical question.
Okay.
Last year,
yes,
the Detroit Pistons, obviously, they thought they were good. They had given Monty Williams a massive contract. They were like, we're poised to make a run at the playoffs. We're a good team. Untrue. Not true. And they deserved every laurel that we gave them. This year, the Wizards, they're trying to do this. Mm-hmm. They're pooping for Coop. Mm-hmm. They're sagging for Flag.
Okay.
Is it right to give them the Lauren when in fact they are being successful at sucking that big poop, sucking big booty poop? They stink like doo-doo. P.U. stinky poops. But they want to stink like this. Mm-hmm. They want to do it.
What does sucking big booty poops mean? I don't think I've ever heard sucking big booty poops.
Listen.
How is sucking a big booty poop different than like sucking a little booty poop? Or like
because
medium
it's
booty.
bigger and it's stinkier and it's worse.
Wait, bigger butts make bigger
but
poops?
That's what they're trying to do. Yeah, big poops. And that's why. That's what they're trying to do, though.
Wait,
you don't understand what I'm saying, Shay?
I-
Like, don't you think that they are like great, awesome? I hope we go 0 for the rest of our season.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, but I'm stuck on big booty poops. I need some clarification. Hold on. Are you saying?
Yeah.
Are you saying a big butt makes bigger poops, or are you saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Or are you
yes.
saying big booty poops, like a big poop, but it's just a poop
I'm
from
saying
a butt?
Big booty with a appropriate, like contextually sized poop that's coming out of it.
See, I was not aware that a bigger butt makes a bigger poop and smaller butts make smaller poops. Okay. What a thing to learn.
Well, you're learning.
What a thing to learn.
I'm sad that you didn't know that. As a teacher, I'm concerned for our education system.
Well, we went over the body systems in 8th grade, 7th grade science, but we did not go over butt size relative to poop size, that relationship. We didn't cover that. We didn't cover that. But now here we are. That's the level of basketball that the Washington Wizards are playing right now. It merits a 2-minute conversation.
Horrendous. Who would you say? So Jordan Poole leading them with 21 points a game. They got Kyle Kuzma tossing in. When you hear these point per game averages, you're like, they should have got a game in November. Here's Jordan Poole, 21 points a game. Bilal Coulibaly, who I like. The Wizards have some nice young players. I'll say that. They have in the past, and they continue to have players that you could imagine on good teams. The young Frenchman, Bilal Coulibaly, 12.6 points a game. Good this is exciting for a young player. Corey Kispert, dead-eye shooter, 11 points a game about. Kyle Kuzma, championship pedigree. Kyle Kuzma, Laker legend. Kyle Kuzma, just a shade under 16 points a game. They have Jonas Valanciunas, who can get you some points inside to the. He's giving you about 12 points a game. They have Malcolm Brogdon, who might run for Congress one day, giving you 15 points a game. Alex Sarr, the youngster, 10 points a game. And yet, this team has not won a game for a month.
They have 7 guys who are averaging double figures in points per game. I bet though Tom Thibodeau is looking at this. They have 9 guys who are averaging 20 or more minutes per game. And he's like, see, that's why I don't fucking do that. That's why I have 5 guys who average 46 minutes and that's it. And then some other guys who fill in the last 2. Man, the Washington Wizards. Now,
well, here's the thing. No, go ahead.
To go back to your original point, I think celebrating them, giving them the Lauren is appropriate for the accomplishment. Like this, like they're happy to lose. We're happy to award them for losing. I think it fits. It's like celebrating losers. That's what we're doing here.
I think the thing that really stands out about the Wizards, we mentioned the point totals, and everybody's just firing it up. That's the thing about the Wizards right now is like if you get the rebound and come down on offense, just shoot it. Because it's everybody trying to get theirs right now. Just throw it up. It's fine. But the other side of it, defensively, ain't nobody trying to get hurt contesting anything out here or like strain a butt muscle or like, hyperextend like a pinky trying to block a shot. They're giving up point totals to everybody during this streak. Bam Adebayo, 32 points. Draymond Green, 18 points, which is that's like Wilt in the 100. Late stage Draymond Green going for 18 against you. 39 and Jaren Jackson Jr. is kind of like the Draymond Green 18. 39, 50 to Victor, who was looked like a superhero against them. Malik Beasley, 26 points. Jaden Ivey, 28 points. Cam Payne, 17. James Harden, 43 points. All of those guys have acquired their season high in this young NBA season against the Washington Wizards. It's special. It's special what's happening in DC right now.
It is. Before we move on, Zuri, can you turn your mic on and can I ask you a question? Zuri, in your life, how many big booty poops have you sucked?
Well, I don't want to.
Jesus.
I don't want to.
That's what I think we all want to know.
But That's my.
It's not sexual, and you guys
No,
are
it's not
making
sexual.
it that.
No, it's not
No.
It's about
It's natural. Everybody poops. This is my.
It's about.
The other thing I want to say is,
Listen,
we had stooping for Coop right there, which I think makes more sense. But
Stooping for Coop.
I'm mad that y'all are not making you said pooping for Coop instead of poop for Coop. You said sagging for a flag instead of sag for flag. I don't understand why. Just make a rhyme. It's making me mad. Both of y'all.
What about poop ass for Duke's flag? No,
no,
that's no. Okay,
Zuri,
well,
now
I'm
boo
working
him,
on it.
Zuri.
I'm working.
Come on.
Okay.
All right, next trophy. The Dominic Toretto I Live My Life a Quarter Mile at a Time trophy given out to whoever it is who made a short-term decision with no regard for future consequence. This week's winner, Will Hardy. Coach Will Hardy for calling a timeout right before Colin Sexton's game winner. What are you doing? What are you doing, Coach?
I'll say this.
Say it.
I think this was a little overblown as a moment. First of all, the Lakers needed this one. They did. So, and the Jazz don't necessarily want. They don't want to win. Two, if you look at it, Anthony Davis was already out of the play. He saw that they were calling the timeout, and so Colin Sexton got to the rim because Davis basically just relaxed and was like, "Oh, they're calling a timeout. Let him go." So I think I think the hype about this was a little overblown. And to be fair, later Hardy was like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that, whatever. But Colin Sexton was like, no, that was kind of the right call. I get it. It's no big deal. So I think this is a little overblown that it was a game winner. I think it was not a game winner.
Yeah. Anthony Davis said after the game, I heard the whistle. I stopped playing. I would have blocked it if we were, which he probably would have. He's fucking Anthony Davis. What are you going to do?
Sure.
But still, it's just, you've won, what are the Jazz won 4 games this season. And the easy joke to make here was that Coach Will Hardy saw they were going to win and was like, nope, call a timeout. Wait. You know what I mean?
I don't believe that was the case. But I understand why people would think that. He did look sick, to be fair, in the postgame when he was talking about it. He looked actually a little bit ill. That said, again, I think it was overblown. Here's the thing: get the game winner after the timeout. Get the play, execute the play.
They didn't even get a shot off. They didn't even get a shot off.
What does that tell you? Come on, guys. Stuff to work on for later, right? What's important? That we win this game against the Lakers or that we improve as a team? We learn how to execute out of a timeout. Maybe that's more important. Maybe that's the lesson here, guys. What do you want to pump your chest out because you beat on fumes LeBron James, who's just doing everything he can to continue his double-digit streak?
Yeah. I think the best quote afterward came from Hardy, who this is this quote, I did what I did. We all have responsibilities at the end, but I just sucked a big booty poop this time. That's what. This is the grossest episode of 6 Trophies.
It truly is scatological.
I know.
Listen, I've let it go. I've dropped it off at the pool and I've let it and I've flushed it and I'm not thinking about it. You're the one who keeps bringing it back. I can't not think about big booty poop, sucking a big booty poop. It's just the grossest thing I've ever heard. It's so gross. Next trophy, the Daniel Plainview I've abandoned my child, I've abandoned my boy trophy, which is given out to whoever it is who's giving up on something. This week's winner, the idea that the Houston Rockets are playing under the radar. They're not under the radar anymore. We're giving up on that idea. They're just good. They're good, Jason. Second in the West. They just beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in a marquee game, 119 to 116.
That was a great game. That was a great game.
That was a really, really good game. And I love the way they do it too, which is they're still figuring out offensively what they are as a team. You know, Fred VanVleet going for 38 is not a thing that you're penciling in every single night if you're the Houston Rockets. But defensively, they really make you they really frustrate teams. They're annoying. They're physical. They're big. They get into the places that a team is trying to go. And despite the fact that they have, Şengün in the middle, who is maybe not the most gifted defensive big in the league, they're like crushing teams defensively. Really fun team with a lot of attitude.
As a Texas boy, it is very exciting to see the Mavericks. We knew were already good, made it to the finals last year. The Rockets have made a big leap this season to where you're like, oh shit, we got to pay attention to this young team. We got to be afraid of them in 2 years. And then the Spurs, my beloved Spurs, are over 500. We've won 44 games over the last 2 seasons, and we're over 500 right now. It's a
Texas Triangle.
The Texas Triangle is back. Do you remember that? Remember when teams would be like, fuck, we got to go to Texas and play these 3 teams in a row.
Jesus.
We're getting back to it, baby. Texas forever.
It's like Yao and Tracy. And then we got to face Dirk and the Mavs. Oh my God. And it's like Tim and Manu and Tony Parker. It's not quite there, but
we're headed there.
Check in 3 years.
We're headed there.
What this looks like.
We're headed there. Zuri.
The Rockets are fun as hell.
Zuri, can you play Tim Riggins from Friday Night Lights just saying Texas forever? Thank you, Zuri. Thank you.
Texas forever, Street.
Texas forever.
I'm doing a Friday Night Lights rewatch. We're rewatching it in my household right now.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we're in season 1. And I gotta say, good show.
Oh man.
Incredible television
show. What episode are you on right now? How far in?
It's there's just been the fight between
the Mexican.
What's his name? No. It's season 1. And why am I blanking on the name of the quarterback who got paralyzed? He just punched Street. Jason Street just punched Tim Riggins for messing with Lila.
Yeah.
And finally confronted him about it. And now we're in the aftermath where basically the entire team has like turned its back on Riggins, and we're dealing with that.
I love Jason Street in that show. I love when he gives a pump 'em up speech. He does it like 4 times over the course of the show. But when he does the one with Matt Saracen in season 1, when he's trying to coach Saracen up before the Mud Bowl, and he's like telling them he's got to make some pass, and he's like, if you make that pass, they'll blah blah blah. But if you make this pass, they will fear you. I was like, oh fuck, let's go, Jason Street. I love him.
I'll say one more thing about Friday Night Lights.
Say it.
Jesse Plemons.
Oh yeah,
you can tell that they were like, oh my God, this guy pops off this. Is he the best actor we have in this?
Something here.
Because he's cast as like the C character, like the best friend of a tertiary guy, not even like the main guy. Yeah. And all of a sudden he's having like these one-on-one scenes with like Riggins where he's like tutoring him.
Yeah.
And Plemons is like, you're just like, wow, okay, that guy's good.
He's so funny.
That guy can
so
act.
Charismatic. Yeah, there's my favorite Plemons part is in season 4, I believe, when Saracen comes back and he shows up at Plemons' house unannounced. And he's just like, hey, what's up? And Plemons just stonewalls him. They're best friends, but he just stonewalls him because he hadn't like talked to him since he left. And it's just Jesse Plemons. Great call.
I just watched the scene where Landry is tutoring Tim Riggins on Of Mice and Men.
Oh, yeah.
The whole book in the bleachers. And he's trying to get Riggins to think about what the story is about, because it's like about 2 guys. One guy who's like disabled, and they were best friends, and their dream was crushed. And he's trying to make him make the connection between him and Street, and Tim can't do it. And it's like, it's crazy, because all respect to Taylor Kitsch, who's had a nice career. Jesse Plemons is fucking blowing him off the screen, out of the side of the television, out of your house, down the street, like he's gone. And it's just like Jesse Plemons, Landry, who is this like, again, like clearly came in as like a C character, is destroying your series regular in a two-hander scene. And it was like, it was incredible to watch.
Somebody start a Friday Night Lights episode rewatch podcast and invite me and Jason on there. We would love to talk about that. Anyway, the Houston Rockets are good, and what fun.
They're feisty. They will fight you. Dylan Brooks, I hate him, I think everybody hates him unless you're a Rockets fan, but that's the kind of guy you need sometimes to win, and they are doing it.
Yeah. The next trophy. The Chief Keef, that's that shit I don't like trophy. / the Billy Madison, whoa, 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 Miss Libby. The part of the story that I don't like is that the little boy gave up looking for happy after an hour. That's too long. I don't like that. I don't like saying all of that. Let's delete it. No more.
Okay.
Thank you, Zuri. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. We're just back to the Chief Keef, that's that shit I don't like trophy. That's what we're doing. This week's winner, the NBA Cup's point differential rules. What the fuck is going on, Jason?
Okay. Now, I believe that we talked about this a little last year, but my thinking has evolved. Listen, I understand differential. I watch soccer. I watch European soccer a lot, so I get it. That said, soccer, there's much less scoring, so the differential... Here's my thing about the differential. The Knicks are 3-0 in the Cup, and they might not go forward. You know what I mean? Like, the Hawks are crushing people, and they've clinched their Cup group. I think, and here's my main beef with the differential.
Okay.
I can't access it live when I'm watching these Cup games. I need some sort of stat, like a Wall Street stock tracker on the side of the screen.
I like that.
And they need to update that live. I understand that's a lot to ask for multi-billion-dollar corporations like the NBA and its various broadcast partners do, but I think we kind of need that for this. Beyond that, differential, I think we need to hone that a little bit. Like, imagine a world in which certain plays are weighted higher within the differential to make more entertaining stuff. Like, imagine if, like, in order to go forward, the Boston Celtics need like 3 dunks in this game. Wouldn't that be cool if like dunks and layups were weighted a little bit more? What if, and this is a thing my friend in one of my group chats, Owen, writer of Superstore and among other shows,
I love
came up
Superstore.
with, what if a team, very fun show, what if a team needed the longest 3 to break the tie, the differential tie, like by distance? I think we need to like fantasy sports the differential, so it's not just like who blew a team out, which, to be honest, is kind of boring. Like, blowouts are boring. I think you need other things in there. So that's my tweak that I'm proposing.
Okay, so your solution to the problem of this thing is too complicated to like care about is make it more complicated. I'm in.
No, it's not make it more complicated.
I'm in.
It's
you
make
sold me.
It's make certain plays. It's make certain plays stand out. Like, what's the best play in basketball? I would say it's when a guy gets dunked on. It's dunks. And and cool layups, but mostly dunks. So why not incentivize dunks? We're trying to pump up the ratings. We're trying to get people to care about the Cup. We're trying to make these differential rules less esoteric. So be like, okay, you know what? If this team gets 3 dunks tonight, they're going through.
All right. It's American Gladiators now. I'm in. You convinced me.
Why not?
You convinced me. I would love it. If all of a sudden you have to have X number of dunks to make it through?
Yeah, make dunks and blocks like somehow part of the differential equation. It's already like so esoteric and inaccessible while you're watching the games, which is annoying. I don't want to log onto like a separate website to see what the differentials are. But if it's like if somebody says during the game, one of the commentators says, Philly needs 2 dunks to keep their Cup hopes alive. I got it. Great. Somebody get in there and streak to the Cup and get me a dunk.
My proposal is we just allow for everybody access to Zuri, because Zuri is always like, hey, this game is important.
That's a good idea. Wow, that's
care
a good
about
idea.
this game, and then I go, okay, I care. I have to watch this one because Zuri said to make sure I watch it. That's all we need.
I think Zuri make Zuri like the live stats update guy. He'll have like 50 tabs on his Chrome browser, and he's just like,
I'll be like, yes.
And it's
Steve Kornacki or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like the phone rings. Who's on the phone? Oh, it's the Golden State Warriors trying to figure out like what they need in this game. I think that's great.
Yeah, see?
I think that's how it should work.
We did it.
Yeah.
We solved it. Next trophy. The Haley Joel Osment in the Sixth Sense. I see Dead People trophy given out to whoever it is who had the best comeback of the week. This week's winner,
Let's go.
Mikal Bridges. For fixing his jump shot,
right.
he's back, baby.
Listen, it was, people have been talking, Knicks fans have been talking about what's going on with the Knicks. They're scoring a lot of points, but they're giving up a lot of points. Obviously, Cat is helping them score, but wasn't this defense supposed to be great? You had OG Anunoby, one of the great wing defenders in the league. You brought in Mikal Bridges, one of the great wing defenders in the league. What's going on? And why is it seem that Mikal's not playing well, both offensively and defensively? Shot not working. Obviously, the tweaked jump shot was a big conversation starter ahead of the season. Breakout game for Mikal Bridges against the absolutely, again, the sad, the depressed, the injury-riddled New Orleans Pelicans. It's let's start there. Yes, it was against the Pelicans, but Mikal Bridges, 7 of 12 from 3, 63% from the field, 31 points, season high. He needed it at that moment when he had his teammates having to come out and defend him. Josh Hart saying, hey, we're not worried about him. Tom Thibodeau saying, listen, he's got a body of work. Obviously, if he was a rookie, we would be worried, which is code for this guy's not playing well, but he has a resume, so we're going to stick with him. Bounce back game. He needed it. We needed it. And you love to see it from Mikal Bridges.
It's very cool. It did make me think, as Six Trophies grows in prestige every week, more and more powerful.
Can it grow even more?
More and more
almost like at 100. It's almost maxed out for prestige.
We're very high up there, right? And as that has occurred, more and more NBA players, WNBA players, are wanting to win a trophy on Six Trophies. They're saying it's more important than a finals trophy, more important than league MVP. Like they want the Haley Joel Osment and the Sixth Sense trophy, or they want the Denzel Washington Trade Day trophy.
That's true.
I think
you hear that a lot.
I think what's happening here, I think LeBron, 0 for $1 billion on his last threes. I think he's doing it on purpose because when he hits one, we have to give him the Haley Joel Osment and the Sixth Sense trophy. I think that's what he's doing. He's won everything there is to win except for that trophy. That's what I think.
After a very tough loss for the Lakers the other night where LeBron, struggled to get 10 points to continue his double-digit streak, he said, the cup is not, we won the cup obviously, but it's not the thing that we're going for. We're trying to get a Haley Joel Osment to complete the 6th trophy. We want all 6.
They want all 6. That's what they're after now. It's like the Thanos challenge. They want to get one of every trophy. Is what's happening. That's right.
You get the 5 fingers and the thumb.
Like Jordan. That's what it is.
That's right.
Jordan.
And that's right. I think, and you hear it. You hear it more and more. These players saying, "We gotta get 6."
Yeah.
Like the Hornets just got the Denzel or the Lauren or whatever. We gotta get one. Why do we not have one?
Yeah, like the Triple Crown, but twice as important because it's 6 of
them.
Right,
it's double.
Yeah,
it's double. The size
That's
of
just
the
what it is.
Crown. Let me ask you this: if you had 6 of if you made our trophies into rings, and then how would you do it? Would you have the full hand plus the thumb, or would you go 3-3?
I would go
4-2. Like, how would you do it?
I would go 3-3, but every other finger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Thumb, middle finger, pinky on both hands.
I would go 5-1 with the Haley Joe on the middle finger because fuck you, I'm back.
Yeah, that's that's better. That's a better answer. I'll steal that one. I'm also doing 5-1. There's also like some symbolism there for me because the Spurs are 5-1 in the finals.
For sure.
Same thing.
Oh,
yeah. You see.
Now let me just say this about Bridges.
Okay.
Obviously, he was having a career. He's in the midst, kind of a career low shooting performance for this season, and obviously, one game does not a season rejuvenation. Haley Joe, I see dead people bounce back. But I think this is the start of something great for him. I think this is the start of Mikal returning to form. Again, this is like, he doesn't suck now.
Yeah.
I understand he played for the Nets, and when a guy plays for the Nets, you wonder, does he suck now?
You got to get it all out of you before you know what I mean?
But that's right. He's got to flush it out like a big booty
Like
poop.
a big booty poop.
He's got to get completely flushed. And so it's going to take a little time for him to flush the Nets out of him. But it's starting to work now. It's starting to work.
I'm so not excited about the email we're going to get after this show goes through. I'm like, hey, guys, listen, we got to not do that anymore.
Please don't do that anymore.
You want to do the little trophies?
Let's go.
Let's do the little trophies. These ones change each week and are situation specific. They're for the smaller storylines that we want to mention, but don't need to get all the way into. My first little trophy. This is the Kendrick Lamar and Whacked Out Murals. Fuck a double entendre. I want y'all to feel this shit trophy. To Jaylen Brown, who in a post-game press conference said the following, quote, "It's hard for teams to be great if some of their best players never play back-to-backs. Ugh, no more hiding. I'm talking about you and you and you. If you don't play back-to-backs, guess what? That's why you're not winning a championship." Just beautiful. I love it. I love Jaylen for this.
Man, clearly aimed at Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers down there at the bottom of the table.
Mm-hmm. We're talking about you.
My first little trophy. The Homer Simpson. Well, maybe if I'm part of that mob, I can help steer it in a wise direction. Now, where's my giant foam cowboy hat and air horn? Trophy 2 to Josh Hart, who has acquired one of those giant sports hats. You see those? Like the big, I forget the company that makes them, but it's the big sports hat, a Washington Commanders sports hat. And he was wearing it in the locker room after the win over the Pelicans, and just play the clip.
I saw this hat. I just went on, and when I was able to pick the sizes, it was like, small, medium, large. Then it said JB with an asterisk. It said Jaylen Brunson. So I was like, whoa, what size is this? Are you mad at the money? Why are you mad at the money?
He called it a Jalen Brunson size hat. Jalen does have a large cranium for his body, but this was, wow, what a roast with Josh Hart and a earned win for this little trophy.
Yeah, for sure. The funniest thing any NBA player has said all season, because he just set you up. He's being so sincere and earnest, and then whoop, kicks your legs out from under you. My next little trophy. This is the Robert Redford and the Horse Whisperer. Truth is, I help horses with people problems trophy. To the Clippers fan who dressed up as a horse during the Clippers-Nuggets game and then would hold up a sign that said, "I miss you, Dad," during the Joker's free throws. Famed a horse lover, the Joker. Just a great bit. A great idea.
It's a good bit.
Great idea.
Man loves a horse. My second little trophy is the Lil Uzi Vert. Time is money, so I bought a big watch. Trophy 2 to Josh Hart.
Oh, wow.
Josh Hart.
A lot of little trophies.
Jalen Brunson was asked about the NBA Cup and why he wanted to win it. He said he wants to help his Knicks teammates who are on minimum salaries and two-way deals get that $500,000 payday. Josh Hart asked the same question, asked about Jalen's comments, said the following. He's asked, do you also want to win the NBA Cup so you could get your lower paid teammates a paycheck? He said, no, I want to win because I want a damn watch. The new AP.
I love it.
I don't know. What is an AP? Are you a watch guy? What's the AP?
Yeah, it's an Audemars watch. It's one of the watches that
Audemars Piguet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love to look at watches on the internet that I know I'm never going to buy. It's a lot.
Let's look at.
It's a lot of fun.
How much is it? Let's look at it.
I mean, they go for. They just released a
$15,000. It looks like.
That's probably like a very cheap used one. But like they just put out
I see,
a special one with the artist Cause, and it's like $400,000 or something like that. Like they're up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Forget it.
Yeah. He would use that
Yeah,
whole
okay.
check.
Never mind. So in other words, this is a watch I'll never have.
You
this
will never
watch.
have this watch. I will never have this watch.
All right.
Only Josh Hart will have this watch.
Yeah, Josh Hart, if they win the
if
cup,
they
will
win
get
the
it.
cup.
If they win the cup at the ceremony, they should have Josh on that little stage as they're getting the cup, scrolling on the Audemars Piguet website to get the watch, and they should put that on the Jumbotron as he buys the watch.
My next little trophy, my last little trophy. This is the Jameson. Love me. Love me. He says it a lot of times, trophy. This is to Paul Pierce, who said that his 2008 Celtics would break the current Celtics mentally. Paul Pierce wants everybody to love him so badly. He's always advocating for how great his team was. And I think it's having the opposite effect, Jason. It's starting to feel more and more like that championship ring that they got in 2008 is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Yes. If he would have just been chill about it, everybody would be like, you know who would have been great in today's NBA? The 2008 Boston Celtics. But he's always talking about how great they were, and now everybody's going like, nah, they kind of sucked, right?
The Pistons never talk about it. They're 2004.
The 2004.
Stacked.
And that ring is just getting
Laker
bigger
team. They
and
never
bigger.
talk about it.
Yeah. Fucking Paul
That
Pierce.
said, I kind of love this comment from Paul because it's not, everybody says, oh, we'd beat them. Like the 2001 Lakers would beat the Warriors of whatever era, or the 2008 Lakers, whatever. Everybody says that.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the way he framed it as we wouldn't beat them. We would cause them to have a mental breakdown. I kind of love it.
I'm out.
I kind of do like that version of it. Okay. My final little trophy is the Nipsey Hussle double up 3-4 times, and I ain't telling no lies trophy to LeBron James for putting his head down, driving to the cup to eke out his 9th and 10th points before sitting down for the rest of the game to continue his double-digit scoring streak currently at 12. This is incredible.
It's incredible.
1,243 games. And I gotta say, LeBron is scoring it really poorly. It's putrid right now. You mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
He's missed like his last 14 threes.
I think 19.
He is clear. 19? Jesus. And he is clearly, this was against the Minnesota Timberwolves who crushed him. And is clearly just trying to continue that double-digit scoring streak. That said, 40 hits different, and he just needs to keep grinding because I think after a certain point, his body will forget that it's in pain.
Yeah.
But it does not look good right now. And he's clearly just trying to grind it out to continue that streak. But it's good to have that goal, and it will get better for LeBron. I believe that.
1,243 straight games of double-digit scoring is...
There's a lot of players that their whole career is not that.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just like us, Jason, we did it again. Another perfect episode.
Woo!
And this is our 60th episode. We have sucked 0 big booty poops for 60 of those episodes.
I was hoping
0.
to get out without another episode, but we've done it again.
We've done it again.
Perfection. This is what it's like.
This is just what it's like. This is the life that we live. It's beautiful and perfect. We close every episode just by saying the names of underappreciated old basketball players with no context at all, while the theme music carries us out. Zuri, will you play the theme music, please? I'm Shea Serrano. That's Jason Concepcion. Producer Zuri in the shadows making the noises. See y'all next Wednesday. After we heard Whacked Out Murals, Jason, I'm just only thinking about the GNX album, so I'm just going to list my favorite songs off of there. In order, first up, TV Off.
Wow. It is Cup night in the NBA. We're taping this Tuesday morning. A huge Cup matchup. Orlando Magic, New York Knicks. It's like the 90s are back. I'm doing all 90s guys. Gritty 90s guys. Ooh. Anthony Mason.
Ooh.
Mace.
Yes. Whacked Out Murals.
Greg Foster. Remember Greg?
I remember Greg.
Jazz legend Greg Foster. I think he did the throat cut and got in trouble.
How about Squabble Up? My third favorite song on there.
Oh, Robert Pack.
Oh.
Explosive dunker, Robert Pack, Nuggets legend, Blazers.